Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning and welcome. Today is a big day. It's Thursday, March 14th. Good to have you in company joining us in our live studio here at Standard Wildey. That most certainly is what we've turned it into. Having a great time being in the great outdoors. Welcome wherever you are across the world joining us. We know we have a monster following in the diaspora who watch us online every single day on YouTube and on Facebook. So thank you so much for tuning in for another Morning Barbados presentation. As always, we have lots to tell you about what's happening here in Barbados, across the region, and we're going to get in a little bit of what's happening across the world. As we celebrate World Kidney Day, we are going to be speaking with Anne-Marie Goodridge, who is going to tell us a lot about what they're going to be doing in honor of this World Kidney Day 2024. We're also going to get to meet some more members of the Kifa swim team. They are already here and can't wait to hear how they're preparing for the games that are coming up this Easter weekend as they swim off, so to speak, to represent Barbados. Also, we are looking at the attitude, beliefs, and sexual practices that help to determine the risk levels of persons 50 years and older. Is, of course, a thesis that's been done by a grad student at the University of the West Indies, and she has some very interesting findings that she's going to share with us today. We started the conversation a few weeks ago, so today we continue and delve into that a little deeper. So you definitely will want to stick around to hear more about that. Plus, we have lots going on social media. We want to make sure that we keep a finger on the pulse of what's happening there as well. So we certainly will be telling you about that. Also, Rehabilitating and Enabling Society for Amputees. That's coming up with Antoinette Chandler, Giles Ben, and Tonia Holder Springer, all with that society. And of course, this is the month of the disabled. So we want to make sure that we amplify their voices as well, those from the disabled community, as we often say. But we want to get started this morning talking about something that we commenced conversation on a few weeks ago here on Morning Barbados. And a few days ago, we had opportunity to talk about how we're going to tackle it. Now we want to look at the Glaucoma week of activities. Of course, tomorrow is the day we all get to wear green. So let's welcome back Dr. Dawn Grosvenor, who is a UE lecturer of ophthalmology. Good to have you back on Morning Barbados.
Good to be here. Good morning.
All right, so Glaucoma week of activities. Before we get there, I'd like to take a look once again, and certainly for people who have missed it, at the incidence of glaucoma in Barbados. It is quite high and massively alarming.
Yes, we're one of the places with one of the highest levels of glaucoma anywhere in the world. It's very common in Barbados, and I will often say that most people will know someone who has glaucoma if they don't have it themselves. The University of the West Indies partnered with Johns Hopkins and Stony Brook University back in the 80s and 90s to do a very large study looking at over 4,000 Barbadians to try to get a precise idea of what is the level, what is the prevalence of glaucoma in Barbados. And we found that in persons over the age of 40, it's 7% of the population. That's about 1 in 14 people, and that's much higher than it is in many other places of the world. Most places that we would consider developed countries would have a prevalence of 1%, which is 1 in 100. But we have 1 in 14 over the age of 40. And then that increases as we get older because we're living longer and we're living well, and we start to see diseases like these chronic diseases playing out more. So over the age of 50, you find 1 in 11 persons will have glaucoma. Over the age of 70, 1 in 6 persons. And I do a fair amount of talking in to different groups. So sometimes if we're talking to a church and I say, well, if there's 6 people in here who are over the age of 70, then statistically 1 person should have glaucoma.
Let's talk about diagnosis. What are we looking for, no pun intended, when we talk about discovering whether you have glaucoma or not, and is it hereditary?
It's a very tricky disease. It's actually called the silent thief of sight because in the early stages it produces no signs, no symptoms at all. You're walking around living your life as normal and you might have glaucoma and not know it. During this week we really want to get that message out that early detection is really important because you have to be tested in order to know that you have it. So you just need a simple eye check, a check of the eye pressure, and then we often will go on to look at the nerve of the eye because fundamentally glaucoma is a disease of the nerve of the eye where the nerve gets damaged over time, and we think that it's high eye pressure that causes that. You can't feel what your eye pressure is. People will be more familiar with their blood pressure, and we know we can't feel what our blood pressure is. Eye pressure is in a similar way. You can't feel what that is, so you have to get the eye doctor or the optometrist to check it. And then if it is causing damage to the nerve, well, you certainly can't see the nerve at the back of your eye, so you need the eye doctor or the optometrist to have a look at that. So you really have to get an eye check in order to diagnose it. Now, late in its stage, because if we can pick up glaucoma early, we can start treatment for it early and stabilize it, stop people from losing their vision. It is a disease that if it progresses, it can cause blindness because it damages that nerve and that nerve can't be regenerated, so you can lose sight over time. If you get to the stage where your glaucoma is very advanced, that is when people might start to notice a problem with their peripheral vision or the side vision, what we talk about looking at the corner of your eye. So you might find you're bumping into things. You might have falls because it's difficult to see steps or walk over uneven or rocky ground. And if you notice something at that stage, you've already lost 90% of your nerve function. So we don't want people to wait until they're noticing those kind of problems. We want to encourage people to get tested early.
Okay, so we have to go back to the very beginning then. At what age do you think people should be checked or their eyes should be checked? Because we're starting with stats of people over 40, which would suggest that by then you should have your eyes checked. But generally, people only tend to check their eyes if they have a problem with sight.
Yes.
So people who might not have challenges, as you mentioned, with maybe having to get spectacles, then they don't necessarily check their eyes.
Exactly. And actually those are the people who can run into trouble because if you're wearing spectacles and glasses, contact lenses, somebody's looking at your eye at some point in time. But if you are someone who feels that your vision is really good, you've never worn glasses your whole life, then you feel very comfortable and you can have a false sense of security. In Barbados, because of our situation, we recommend that all adults be tested. So from the time you're age 21, people should have an eye check, which should include a check for glaucoma. And then your practitioner will say how often you might have to have it thereafter. If you're 21 and all is well, you might not need a glaucoma test for 5 years. If all is not well, at least you've found something early and then your practitioners can monitor. So we don't want to wait until 40. And we say the younger age because you asked about the hereditary nature, and it really does run through families. And what we see from the data and in real life, that's what I deal with every day. If it is coming down through the generations, it usually affects the younger generation 10 years earlier. So if you have a grandparent that developed it in their 50s, then the next generation, the parent might develop it in their 40s, and then the kid might have it in their 30s, and then all the way like that. So I'm seeing people in their 20s and 30s with glaucoma. So that's why we say from age 21, from the time you're an adult, have an eye check. That should include a glaucoma test. And that gets it into people's awareness and their health awareness as well. And you just keep checking throughout life.
Outside of heredity, are there any other people who might be more at risk of being affected by glaucoma than the rest of the population?
Sure. If you've had an injury to your eye, that's one quite significant event that can lead to glaucoma much later in life. And sometimes these things are minor. I've had people, picking mangoes as a child and you got hit in the eye with a mango, and then decades later, glaucoma develops in that eye. So any minor injury, if you're in a fight and you get punched in the eye, playing cricket, struck in the eye with a cricket ball, that sort of thing, people have to remember that even though these things might happen when you're younger, you still have to check for a lifetime for glaucoma.
All right, so there are lots of activities that are coming up, but specifically tomorrow, we want to invite people to come out in the green in support of and to amplify the message that we're trying to send to the Barbadian population. So let's talk about what's happening tomorrow.
So tomorrow is our Go Green Day. We're encouraging everyone everywhere, the whole country, to wear green. Green is the color for glaucoma awareness. This is the 15th year that we've really been marking glaucoma awareness, and by now people are used to seeing us everywhere. So in your workplace, wherever you happen to be, in the gym, wear green to your workout. Just represent so that you can get that message out and talk to others about glaucoma. Share with your family. This is an opportunity to get people talking about glaucoma, because the more that people are aware of it as a significant problem, the more we can do early detection, get checked for it early, and really prevent blindness from glaucoma. On Friday, we're also doing a private event for the QEH Ophthalmology Department. The theme this year is about uniting. So the University of the West Indies, our staff and students, we are going to do a teaching session for nurses and doctors in the Department of Ophthalmology. We're joining with the Lions this year. So the Lions every year have a Glaucoma Week lecture. That's going to be on Zoom. And persons can look at our social media pages, Barbados Glaucoma Week, or they can contact us 826-1580 for details of that, or reach any of the Lions clubs and Lions members. They would have details on that Zoom lecture on Saturday. These are also the last 2 days for free eye pressure checks this week, Thursday and Friday. So we've got several practices doing pressure checks. We've got Chelwood Eye Focus and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center today testing, and tomorrow we've got Regional Eye Clinic, Ashton Eye Clinic, Chelwood Eye Clinic, and Belleville Optical
Do we
testing.
need to make appointments to go in and get these checks?
Most of these places you have to call. So I
Okay.
usually say just call.
But they're free for today and tomorrow.
Free for today and tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're trying to use this opportunity to offer more testing as the year goes on. So even if you don't get in today and tomorrow, still listen out for more opportunities. There's another health fair the Lions are doing coming up, and there will be opportunities there as well.
So our only way to change these numbers is early detection.
Early detection, exactly.
That sounds like the story for everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's a common message, so we should all be getting it by now. We can't eliminate glaucoma. If it's something you're going to you will get it, but at least you don't have to lose your sight because of it.
All right, so tomorrow is green for glaucoma. You get out, you wear your green color, whatever you're doing. Of course, I'll encourage you to follow the social media pages. And I'd just love to leave you with these numbers because I think they're quite impactful. If you have older people in your life, you should most certainly encourage them to get their eye pressure checked. Over 40, 1 in 14 people. Over 50, 1 in 11. Over 70, 1 in 6 people will have or be diagnosed with glaucoma. Definitely some worrying numbers. And hearing that Barbados has the highest incidence, or one of the highest incidents in the world, is definitely cause for alarm. So we have to pay far more attention to our eye health as well. As always, thank you, Dr. Dawn. Always good to have you with us.
Always good to be here.
We most certainly will represent with our green tomorrow. So if you feel to share your photos of your green, we'd love to share them with the rest of Barbados tuned in. Well, today is World Kidney Day, so as we continue to look out for and take care of our bodies and talk about how we can do a little better health-wise, we're going to be speaking with someone on that coming up next, right here on Morning Barbados. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we're encouraging you to go green tomorrow. However, the color for World Kidney Day is also green. So we're joined by the president of the Barbados Kidney Association, Alan Haynes, and Anne-Marie Goodridge, who is a peritoneal home dialysis patient, has agreed to join us this morning. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning to
It's
you.
definitely a rainy morning, and I know sometimes as Barbadians, when we get a little rain, we feel to sleep in, maybe, and sometimes staying at home is a big option, even when we're there. So, you know, it's great to have you on this significant day. So I'll start with you, Mr. President. Talk to me about how conditions of the kidney are affecting Barbadians.
In Barbados, at present, there are about 350 persons on dialysis. This is the last stage of kidney disease, and in order to survive, you need either dialysis or you need to have a transplant. What is also worrying is that it's estimated that we have about 20,000 to 30,000 persons between stage 1 and 4. And this is something that is very worrying. So today is celebrated as World Kidney Day. It is a global awareness campaign that is celebrated on the second Thursday in the month of March. It's a result of a joint initiative between the International Society of Nephrologists and the International Federation of Kidney Foundations. The theme for this year is Kidney Health for All, Advancing Equitable Access to Care and Optimal Medication Practice. Now, worldwide kidney disease is becoming a very dangerous disease. It's estimated that there are over 850 million persons worldwide, and it results in 3.1 million deaths. And it is the 8th leading cause of death in the world, and it's projected by 2040 to be the 5th leading cause. So that gives a little background.
All right, that's a whole lot of information.
Yeah.
So let's kind of take that all in for a moment. I find sometimes if we go too heavy on the stats, people kind of back off and they don't get the true message. So I'd like for you, Ms. Goodridge, thank you first of all for agreeing to share your story. I know how Barbadians can be very, very private, especially in public. So talk to us a little bit about how you discovered that you had a kidney condition.
Well, when I was pregnant with my last baby, which she's 30 years old now, I had high blood pressure. But then afterward, it was left unattended. And then when I do realize it, which was 9 years ago, I am on this thing 9 years now, and I discovered that my all bones was damaged. So I was at stage 4.
Wow, what has your life been like since then?
Well, I must say that I had to adjust because like going on it every night for 10 hours. So I had to adjust, and it was a bit depressing at times, but I get to cope. And it's a sanitizing situation, a lot of sanitizing to do this home dialysis.
All right, so you said you discovered 9 years ago that you had challenges with both kidneys. How did you come to this place of discovery, or how did you find out?
I was like, start vomiting at home, and I find it was strange. And then I said, no, I have to see the doctor, lose a lot of weight very fast. When I went to the doctor,
that's how you found out?
Yeah.
So outside of the vomiting, there were no other signs?
No other signs.
Looking back, that you can say, maybe I should have paid closer attention here?
No signs. No signs. It's a very silent, kidney disease is a very silent diagnosis. It's very silent. It takes a long time to happen to your body.
All right, again, and I asked this in the previous segment about what part heredity plays in seeing incidents of kidney disease in people, Mr. President. So do you find that it runs in families as well?
Yes, it runs in family. In fact, I'm a personal example of that. My mother had a transplant in 1978. She didn't survive very long. I have a sister who had a transplanted kidney that lasted for 45 years. And now I'm on dialysis for 8 years. So mine is hereditary, but most kidney disease is caused by hypertension and diabetes. About 70% is caused like that.
Wow, let's talk about the work of the organization that you're president of. I would imagine today is a day that you want to share more about the work you're doing, but your work has to be year-round in terms of lending support and many other ways to people who are affected by kidney disease or any other conditions of the kidney. So let's talk about the general objectives of the organization and the work that you do in Barbados throughout the year.
Well, our main task is to educate Barbadians about kidney disease. Most dialysis might not agree, but I think we are fairly well looked after. So what we do is we try to educate the general public about kidney disease. And in fact, we partner with a company, a foundation called Forlum, and they do free kidney testings in Chatterton Road, Carrington Village. You go onto their website, you make a booking, and you can have a free kidney testing. And so far they've done.
How is the kidney test done?
There is normally
is it a kidney function test?
It's a kidney function test. Okay. Is normally a blood test and a urine test, and that would tell you what stage your kidney is at. There are 5 stages of kidney failure, and that would tell you what stage that you are at. And so far they've done over 2,000 tests.
Of course, you mentioned that about in 70% or so of people, it's linked to these non-communicable diseases that we keep going back to.
Yes.
So we definitely have to pay some attention there. I most certainly have never heard, I don't think, of a kidney function test. So that is something else for us to think about. Ms. Goodridge, you mentioned that you are a peritoneal home dialysis patient, and you said when you started treatment all these years ago, you started going on the dialysis machine for 10 hours at home.
Yes.
Usually we hear about people who receive treatment in facilities. So what's the difference with this home care, and how can people access it?
It's more convenience to me, and it still can go to work, it still can do things, and it's not as rigid as the other dialysis. It's not as rigid. But your doctor prescribed this. You go to the doctor because you have to do a training to be able to use the machine at home.
All right. And what about you? I saw you kind of beckoning when we were talking about home. Do you do in clinic?
I do the in clinic.
treatments?
In clinic treatment that takes normally 4 hours per session. You attach the machine for 4 hours.
Wow. How has that changed your life, the way that you've approached your everyday?
Normally it takes like 3 days out of your week, because although you're attached to the machine for 4 hours, there's certain procedures you have to prepare before you go onto the machine, and then there's certain procedures that you adopt after you go onto the machine. So you're basically at that clinic for 3 days a week. So it affects your ability, if you are studying as a student, or if you're working as a person, it does affect your ability to be able to perform those two functions.
Wow, definitely challenging times.
Yes.
Let's talk about what's coming up. I know that on Sunday you're going to do something pretty significant.
Yes, we're having a walk in Wildey, and the whole of Barbados are invited to that walk. It is not a race. It is an opportunity for people like me who only exercise in my mind to get the feet going a little bit, you know. So everybody is encouraged to come out. The registration fee is $0. So anybody is invited.
Are you saying it's free? He said the registration fee is $0.
$0, yes.
All right, so it's free, and you're walking through the Wildey
The
area.
Wildey area. We're not going into we're going to start with the basketball court, and we're just walking, and we're not going onto the highway. We're just walking around the areas just outside the housing area.
All right, what message, Ms. Goodridge, would you like to leave with Barbadians generally, people who might be looking on and aren't too sure about what's happening with them and their health, of how they should see after themselves?
I feel that each and every one of us should go to the doctor, get this test, and make sure that you're healthy, because kidney disease is a challenging, very, very challenging. It's very challenging. So I would like everybody to go and get tested.
All right, again, thank you both for coming in with your green.
Thank you.
To share with us today. And if you haven't left the house yet, and you can represent as we continue to share the messaging on all that's happening health-wise in Barbados, get out in your green today. And most importantly, I think that we should get into the habit of sharing with the little ones as well, so they're aware, not to be morbid or to scare them, but so that they're fully aware of how what they do early on can affect them later in life. Again, thank you.
Thank you, too.
Wishing you both the very, very best. All right, so coming up on Morning Barbados, we're talking the 2024 ICC T20 Men's World Cup. How does it affect the island generally, but how can we get in on the action? Ambassador Noel Lynch is in studio, and he is chairman of the National Organizing Committee. So get ready to beat ball. That's coming up.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package, because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space.
Morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So the sun is peeking out. We had some early morning drizzles. It's much needed. Of course, it's been dry outside for quite some time. So to have the rain is very, very important for not only the plants, but for us. And then being a water scarce country, I mean, we absolutely need the rain. All right, another big thing that is coming our way, not only here in Barbados, but across the region. June is going to be dubbed T20 Cricket Month as we look forward to the 2024 ICC T20 Men's World Cup. Ambassador Noel Lynch is the chair of the National Organizing Committee, and we most certainly have been seeing some of the work they've been getting up to. If most noticeable, maybe the Renault at Kensington Oval, a color change for some of the paint and things like that. But as you can imagine, the changes go far more than what meets the eye. So good morning and welcome. Good to have you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
I don't have to give you any major welcome to Morning Barbados because you've been a part of the CBC family. As you put it, 100 years ago. I don't think it's quite 100 years, but good to have you back.
Seems like it.
All right. So as chair now of the National Organizing Committee, talk to me about what that entails, getting us ready for that final game, because we're going to be hosting in other ways, but the final is going to be here.
The final is going to be in Barbados, June 29th, at the iconic Kensington Oval. I like to say, our team likes to say, under the banner of Prepare Barbados. And I need to draw a distinction between the LOC, the Local Organizing Committee, and the National Organizing Committee. Whenever there's a game of any kind, any series, there's a Local Organizing Committee that's part of the host agreement. But in her wisdom, the Prime Minister of Barbados wanted to expand this particular event, expand it outwards. So we have stood up what is called the National Organizing Committee. The National Organizing Committee brings together all of the agencies and ministries and other entities that you can think about that will go to make Barbados well prepared, or get Barbados well prepared for the World Cup. So we've got the Ministry of Public Works, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of the Environment and National Beautification. We've got the Attorney General's Office, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Labor. Anyone that you can think of that will impact, or any entity that will impact the delivery, the proper delivery of these games, has formed part of a committee. I chair that committee. Now there's still the Local Organizing Committee, because whenever there's a cricket match, you need umpires, you need match referees, you need the field to be prepared and whatever else. And the centerpiece of this preparation, obviously, is renovating Kensington Oval. You may know that in 2007, we hosted a Cricket World Cup. We hosted another one in 2010. And what is interesting is that Barbados is looked to every time a Cricket World Cup is held in this region, that Barbados has hosted the finals. So it says something about our small country. It says something about our ability to prepare. It says a lot about the people that we have and the way we are able to host global events. So we're going to be ready.
Well, it certainly sounds that way. There's so many agencies playing into what we need to do. I know usually the ICC, the International Cricket Council, they have certain prerequisites that they require, because there are usually a number of people from nations around the globe who are going to be moving throughout the region to be a part of the cricket as it is played from day to day. So talk about how it will impact us on the ground here in Barbados in terms of the movement of people, tourism, all of those various areas.
Well, let me tell you, first of all, this World Cup is being held not just in the Caribbean, but in the United States as well.
Yes.
So there are 3 cities in the U.S. There is Dallas, there's Fort Lauderdale, and there's New York. And then it comes to the Caribbean in the 6 territories that we have here in the Eastern Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. Now what happens is that what has just been determined by attorneys general, and they had a meeting in Trinidad just last week, is that there's going to be, again, the open space for it's an open environment, open immigration environment. So in other words, if you have a visa to come to Trinidad and Tobago, and you come into Trinidad and Tobago for those games, Barbados is going to honor that visa as well. So you can move into our space and be able to move around without a lot of people getting in your way. So we will honor all the visas that bring people into our space. And once you've landed in one country where the World Cup is going on, you have free movement within the Eastern Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. Now, obviously, everyone is asking, what does this mean for Barbados? Why are we hosting another World Cup? These global events bring attention to Barbados in a way that you couldn't even buy. You couldn't even buy in terms of advertising and promotion. Global events in 2007, after that World Cup, Barbados had its best economic years. And if you look at the figures, and these are not my figures, these are World Bank figures, the GDP per capita, GDP adjusted for inflation, real GDP, you saw Barbados's growth. Now these global events bring a lot to the region, bring a lot to the Caribbean. But just let me give you a good example. In 2007, we spent the government about $166 million, 166, just to get Kensington renovated, all the other things that we did. And the revenue, immediate return out of visitor spend, what we got as a share of the ticket revenue was $186 million. Wow. So it tells you something, I mean, without even talking about the benefits that will accrue post the World Cup, in terms of people having their eyes on Barbados, in terms of people coming to Barbados for as visitors. Imagine what's going to happen. We are projecting conservatively for this World Cup that we are spending $35 million on the renovation of Kensington Oval. There's going to be another $10 million or so, $11 million spent on some other benefits. There's going to be, after this, an indoor facility with all the technology that you can think about to create the cricket factory that we want. And then immediate returns, we're estimating 25,000 visitors during the month of June, 150,000 room nights, conservatively at $350 a night, and you're talking about $116, $120 million coming to Barbados, more than we are actually spending to host the Cup.
All right, let's step back a bit. You mentioned about the more or less free movement for people who are moving from country to country and following the matches and so on. Has there had to be any further negotiations in terms of movement and airlift? We know that movement across the region is going in a good direction in terms of a few new airlines popping up from Suriname, travel to Latin America, and things like that has really grown. But in terms of the flights to get people across the region for these matches, have you had to do any back-end work with that?
Nothing extra. The Ministry of Tourism and International Transport has done a sterling job in terms of getting more airlift into Barbados. Mostly the concern was, how do you get all these people that are buying tickets in the exterior, how do you get them into Barbados for the matches? And when you look at it, the increased airlift that has been announced by the Minister of Tourism and International Transport, you see 65,000 extra seats that are going to be added to Barbados during the year, incrementally during the year growing. And we have created a lot more airlift, but intra-regionally, I think Inter-Caribbean is doing a fantastic job. You can, I'm supposed to go to Grenada during the, for the Carifta Games, the track and field Carifta Games at the end of the month, and I'm going on Virgin. Virgin is actually going to fly me from Barbados to Grenada.
Excellent.
And bring me back. So it means that a lot of these stops that you get, Virgin Atlantic going through, but there is an accumulation of airlift. There's also some semblance of LIAT coming back from the northern part of the Caribbean. So there is enough airlift, and there's enough going on in terms of the noise that we've kept to tell people about the World Cup. The one thing that's important though is that everybody focuses and says, well, you know, Lynch is the chairman of the National Organizing Committee. I've got a really good team around me. When I was first handed this assignment, the first thing that I did was get in contact with those who had put the bid in and won the bid for Barbados to host the World Cup. And day to day, I've got 4 other persons around me who really make it happen. Triumph Consulting, Van Court Rouse, Francine Charles, Javier Reed, and David Reeves. They're the ones who are in the engine room. I'm like a chairman This is the core committee. Van Court, you could actually call Van Court like the CEO and the chair, and then all the other people around us, and we're making it happen.
All right. I know you've addressed this before in the media. However, there's still been much talk about Barbadians being able to access some of these tickets for the finals. You know,
Not only the
President
final.
said it's a finite space. I know there are quite a few seats, but I know what happens when we have local cricket matches. I know what it's like when we have regional cricket matches. A final in Barbados, Barbadians want to know that they can get in on the action. I want to be in the 3W stand.
Right. Well, let me tell you. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about this ticket issue. If you go online today, you can purchase tickets for all the preliminary matches in Barbados. The one preliminary match on June the 8th that everyone is talking about is England versus Australia. Now, we're hosting England, Australia, Scotland, Namibia, and Oman in Barbados. And they're going to be here for the entire month. Obviously, if they get through the first round. Now, if you go online, up to last week, there were still 400 tickets available online for the England-Australia match. All the other matches, you could easily get into all these other matches and at reasonable prices. Prices range from like $17 US up to maybe $80 US for the preliminary stage. For the finals, the prices range from $80 to $260 US, $250 US. But let me make it clear for you. Cricket will not be played in my backyard, and Barbadians will not have an opportunity to get into the Kensington Oval. The Prime Minister has made that clear. And therefore, we have railed on the ICC and CWI that tickets must be made available for our people. Kensington at capacity with the increased seating is going to hold approximately 18,000 people. It can't be out of the way to have at least 1,000 Barbadians sitting in the stadium during that period. And therefore, this is what's going to happen. There are going to be two other windows that are going to be open, one at the end of March and one in mid-April. In addition to that, there's going to be a manual box office open at the end of April or near the end of April, where the man who watches or woman who watches cricket at Spartan or in the Park or Empire or St. Catherine can actually walk up to a box office and buy a ticket. We've said at least 300 to 500 tickets being reserved for every match during the series. So if you're aged out, if you're technologically out, if you don't have a smartphone and you can't get Wi-Fi, you're aged out, you can walk, because everybody ain't got a smartphone. Everybody can go up, go online and be there and waiting. And imagine Barbados competing against Australians and Brits and everything else and Americans to get tickets. So that first ticket window caused some kind of confusion. But right now, there are tickets available. You can go online and get tickets as we speak. And for the finals, which is the only match that's really blocked up to now because the ICC has global sponsors that they've got to honor, etc. But I'll tell you this, no cricket is going to be played in the Caribbean and our people are not going to be in the stadium.
All right, it's good to hear that. Let's talk a little bit about opportunities outside of that. And I know when it comes to economic enfranchisement and really the spill off of how the average Barbadian can benefit from these events. You know, there are a lot of people who are innovative in thought and how they can be a part of it. But I also know at the international level, when it comes to things like stealth advertising and things like that, it can be a little dicey. Ambush advertising as well. So, you know, how can the average Barbadian get in on the action?
Well, let me tell you what we've done. Obviously, vending in Kensington Oval might be difficult for someone who's not traditionally done it. But what we have done is, we said those ones who have traditionally been there, they will get first refusal. But we've also met with the Ministry of Small Business and Energy. We've met with the Vendors Association. And what we're saying is this, all of the corridors leading to Kensington Oval are going to be corridors in which there's going to be vending and other Barbadian and other activity. People who traditionally would not be involved in this are going to get an opportunity to be in those corridors and sell your wares. In addition to that, we've taken time to meet with the Ministry of, as I said, Small Business and Energy, but we've looked at the database of fund access. We've looked at the database of the trust loan entities, people who have been small entrepreneurs, people who want to be involved in this. And we're saying we're giving you this opportunity because you can't drive into Kensington Oval. all down Fontebelle from the stoplights there where the gas station is, coming into Kensington Oval. That's going to be blocked off. There's going to be park and ride, and when you come and you park your car, everybody's got to walk in. The buses are going to drop people off. The same thing in President Kennedy Drive. And what's going to happen, a lot of people are going to be walking in, and those corridors are going to be lined with Barbadians. In addition to that, on every match day, we have an event, because ICC wants to make T20 cricket the symbol of what cricket really is globally. And what's going to happen is there's going to be the National Cultural Foundation is working with us. There's going to be chipping down the road to Bridgetown after every match. So people, entertainers, people who wouldn't normally be there. And then there are 2 super concerts. There's a super concert on the night of the finals. These will be held, the one will be held for sure in the Botanical Gardens in the Richard Stout Amphitheater. One is going to be held there, and there's going to be another one that we haven't decided the venue at. And then Pelican Village comes alive. We're trying to do something with the traffic in and around Pelican Village so that people can walk in. Pelican Village is going to be our major fan zone for this event, on big screens, but we're also encouraging Barbadians. Everyone, even the finals, they're going to be live on ESPN.
Ambassador, I'm going to have to give you an entire show for us to be able to talk about everything that's happening. I definitely am in a cricketing mood. I usually am, but I'm truly excited about all that lies ahead for us when it comes to this T20 Cricket World Cup, and for Barbados to be able to host the finals, as you mentioned, says a great deal. Ambassador Noel Lynch, thank you for your update, and we most certainly look forward to meeting the other members of the team, wearing this hat and hearing more about the plans for these celebrations.
Thank you very much. There's a little bit of time left. You should invite us back.
Absolutely. All right, the month of June, get ready and get your tickets. Did you hear him say 400 tickets? They can be gone in a minute. So make sure you get your tickets even before the people whom the ambassador deemed as aged out have to line up to get their tickets. Make sure that you grab your tickets. I don't want any calls close to that time. Hey, when we come back, we're going to meet some more members of the swim team of the that will be representing Barbados at Carifta 2024. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Good morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
As promised, it's time for us to meet some other members of the dynamic swim squad that will be heading out to represent Barbados over the Easter weekend for Carifta. Welcome, good to have you with us, Isabella Mears, Amaya Harrison, and Jada Cyan Pounder.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm always this excited. It's a little annoying for me too. But congratulations, first of all, on making the team for all of you. Now for you, Isabella, how long have you been at it? I know that you do quite a bit of work and you do freestyle, all distances. So tell me about how long you've been a swimmer really and interested in competing at the regional level.
I started swimming when I was like 4, and then I stopped because I wanted to do gymnastics and dancing. But then I went back out swimming and started doing it at a competitive level when I was in the 9 to 10 age division. And I really wanted to go overseas and represent Barbados in swimming. So that was a really good motivation for me.
Excellent. What about you, Amaya? We hear of these young ages, 4 years old for Isabella. What about you?
I started swimming when I was 5. I actually started in open water, but probably around age 6 I decided to come to the pool. I started because my parents thought it was a necessity to know how to swim if you live on an island, and then I just started regional swimming in 2018 at Goodwill.
All right, that's good stuff. And for you, Jada, at what point did you realize, hey, I might be good at this and maybe make a big team outside of swimming for your swim club?
Well, I started swimming when I was 8, and then around when I was 10, I thought I could start to get better and go to international meets.
Great stuff. Isabella, talk to us about your events. Do you have a favorite or a pet event, the one that you maybe excel more at?
Yes, my favorite event is the 800 free. It's not that long to me. The 1500 is definitely a lot more painful than the 800, but that's definitely my favorite event, the 800 free.
Sometimes when we look at athletes and think about what goes into being able to compete at this level, we don't necessarily appreciate how much you have to put in to be able to deliver. So what's your day like getting ready, usually for swimming and your practice, but what's your day like now as you're getting ready for this competition? Has it shifted? Are you practicing more? How's it going?
It hasn't really shifted. Practice is maybe a little bit shorter, but it's still like the same 2 sessions a day. But I would say it's getting a little bit more technical and focusing on technique as we lead up to the games.
All right, absolutely. Definitely sounds like you have to put in a great deal of information. Now you're in the 11 to 12 girls category. Are there any people whom you look at? I know in this age of social media, you're able a lot of the times to go online and you might see like-minded people, others who might be competing. Are there any others that you've looked at or Barbadians that you look up to as swimmers through the years?
Well, not a Barbadian, but I look up to Katie Ledecky because she's just really exceptionally fast at at her long distance swim, and I look up to her to be a great freestyler like her.
All right, so talk to me, Jada, about how long you've been competing at this level, because based on what I've seen, this is not your first time competing in this way.
Well, I've only competed once at the Goodwill Games last year, and this is my second time competing in a regional meet.
All right, good stuff. Isabella, what about preparation for you? What's that like?
Preparation can sometimes be draining, and other times could be really fun. Like I have to swim in the mornings and evening sessions, and then sometimes you can get like extra lessons, and then you have to eat really well, really good food that really fills you, but you can't eat too much food too close to swimming because then that would not end up very good. But preparation is like one of the most important things in swimming.
Absolutely. So for you, Amaya, though, you have a few accomplishments under your belt as well, including Best Junior Swimmer and Age Group Championship at meets both home and abroad. Yes? Does that give you the extra boost of confidence you need going into the Easter weekend competition?
Yes, going into the games, just knowing that I am capable of performing well really helps me.
All right, that's good stuff. I want to wish you ladies the very best of luck going into the games, and it's wonderful to be able to see who you are before you're out there representing for Barbados, so that we can give you in person our best wishes. So all coming back with medals, yes?
Yes.
I see that confidence and I love it. So good luck. I most certainly will be looking on, and you can rest assured that all of Barbados will be rooting for you. Yeah?
Yes.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take another break and come back here on Morning Barbados. We still have more members of our elite team to meet, so stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our number one priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our number one priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So some more members of the swim team have joined me in another part of the Standard Showroom to share more of how they're getting ready for Carifta 2024. So help me welcome Victor Ashby. Congratulations for making the team. Also here is Aliyah Graves. Congratulations for making the team. We've met before.
Yep.
Heidi Stout.
Good morning.
Congratulations for making the team. We've also met before. And Brendan Gill.
Good morning.
Congratulations on
you.
making the team. All right, so I'll start with you, Victor. Tell me about how you feel about making the Carifta team for 2024.
How do I feel? Considering this is my third Carifta, I'm not really sure any way about making the team. But I guess
You must be happy. Come on, you
I am happy to have made the team. But I've qualified for like over a year, over a year now. So I kind of knew I was going to be here already. So I don't really feel a sort of way about making the team, but I'm very happy to be here, of course.
Yeah, okay, so you're qualified in the 50 fly, 100, 200, 50 free, 100, and 100 breast. Those are quite a few events.
Yes.
Do you have a pet event that you're looking forward to most, or that you feel you perform best at?
I mostly prefer forward to the 100 fly. It's just like, it's such a fun event in my opinion. It's not too short, it's not too long, but it's also very painful and very rewarding when you do a good time.
Usually we don't hear those two things together, painful and rewarding, but very interesting, because we know how swimming goes. Now for you, Aliyah, you are the baby of the team, as they usually call you. So talk to me about your life with swimming, because I know once you get into sport at this level, it kind of takes over a lot of your time and how you approach what you do.
Having a nice balance does help. So my balancing your schoolwork and also swimming, but when you drop time and you go to competitions and you swim well, the reward is nice.
Now you started competitive swimming during the pandemic, I guess where most people were indoors. Was that something a decision you made with your parents, or did they just want you to get out? How did all of that get going?
Well, because I used to do ballet, but then due to the pandemic, everything was online and I didn't really like that, so swimming was kind of the only thing that I could use to get out of the house. So then after that, I kind of started to like it more and more, and as I started to get competitive in the sport, going away and representing Barbados, it was quite fun.
As you did in 2022, you went to the Goodwill Games. What was that experience like?
Well, it would have been my first time representing Barbados, and going away to swim for my country is a fun experience, because it would have been our first experience of doing that, so it was very fun.
All right, excellent stuff. Now, Heidi, you are no stranger to competition. You certainly are no stranger to Carifta. And I believe last year you walked away with 6 individual medals. Yeah. So you've been performing quite well. Has it now become as routine as Victor feels it is to be able to make a team and go out? Do you take that for granted, or do you still put in all of that extra effort as the first time you represented Barbados?
I never take making the team for granted. It's such an honor to represent Barbados on the national and international stage.
Yeah, good stuff. What's the medal count now? I know you did 6 individual medals, 3 relay medals. So what's the medal count like now? All in total? You haven't checked them? You don't know how many?
Last Crifta?
No.
Like overall?
Yes. There are that many?
Yeah.
Well, that says a great deal about you and your ability. Talk to us about your pet events, or the events that you're looking to make further strides in. I would imagine, as someone who's won so many medals, you will be looking at those events that you want to amplify what you're doing.
So I swim all the freestyle events. My favorites are definitely the 200 and 400. Those are the 2 I definitely do best in and I enjoy the most. But I'm very excited for the 200 free. That is probably the most exciting race that I will swim at this Crifta.
You hold numerous age group freestyle and national records in the 200 meters as well. So it really is an honor to have you back on Barbados Carifta team in 2024.
Thank you.
Are you coming home this time around with even more than the 9 medals that you hauled up last year?
We'll see. I will try my best.
That sounds certainly like a yes to me. Now for you, Brendan, you've been swimming since you were 8 years old. When you first got into it, I would imagine that you weren't necessarily thinking about competing this way, maybe because the parents wanted to get you into some extra activities and make sure you could get out. But how has swimming changed, how you approach your day-to-day activities?
I first started when I was 8, and normally I would just take my bike, go to school, come back home, and do nothing. So then my mother put me into swimming, and as I kept on swimming day after day after day, at first I didn't really like it, but then after doing it for all these years, it's really fun.
But you definitely are a guy who loves sports, because I understand you like road tennis, you like cricket, but swimming is kind of top of the table, or is it a balance?
Nah, from like primary school I would do swimming and road tennis and running. No, I would do road tennis, running, and like cricket, yeah. And then when I started swimming, it just, after all that time, it just became the best.
Yeah, so that's the one that really drew you in. I know you say you like both swimming in the pool and open water swimming, but is there a favorite of the two? I know it's drastically different.
Yeah, it's very different. It's very different. But I think I like the pool swimming better.
This is now your third year on the team. What's the plan going in now that you've had an opportunity to compete? Because usually in the first year you're kind of feeling things out. And then by second year, you have clear goals as to what you want. Third time's a charm. What are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to dropping my time significantly and try to get a medal in an individual race.
All right, well, that sounds good. And I think we have a fantastic team going into Carifta 2024. Victor, competing in the 13 to 14 category, and of course representing for the college team as well. I know you guys had a good run for the local competitions here. What can we look forward to most from you, Victor? Again, not your first time making a team, so you're happy, but been there, done that. So maybe some big medals from you this time around as well?
I hope so. Me tracking my competitors, me tracking myself. First Carifta I went to, I managed to make a gold medal in the 50 fly actually, but I came second in the 100 fly. So hopefully in this Carifta, I would really like to see a gold in 100 fly, maybe positions in 50 fly, because that's kind of dropped off for me, but I'm still there, and maybe medals in the freestyle events as well.
All right, that sounds like a good thing. Aaliyah, you are also head girl at Trinity Academy. So that calls for, that's a job in and of itself. Yeah. So you have lots going on there. Do you have a favorite event that you're looking forward to most?
My favorite event is probably 50 backstroke, and I'm very excited because the competition is going to be wider. It's going to be wider than it is here because there will be more teams competing. So I'm pretty excited for all my backstroke races, but mainly the 50.
All right, good stuff. And for you, Heidi, final word in terms of what you're looking forward to most. I know you said maybe more medals and things like that, but having so much experience under your belt and being so successful at competing globally, really, for Barbados, what are you looking forward to this time around?
Definitely best times in my events.
And that's it.
Same objective as last year, swim as hard as you can and do your best.
Good stuff. And finally, Brendan, from you, yeah?
Yeah.
Are we going to see you competing in the next World Cup as well for cricket? Not only this, because you love all those sports, right?
Yeah, but I think I just want to swim my best, drop my times, and impress the people that has brought me so far.
We're already impressed. Trust me. Yeah, to be able to make a team like this is no easy feat. There are just over 260,000 of us, and somehow you guys managed to make a national swim team to represent Barbados. So that is an accomplishment in and of itself. Whatever you do, just know, like I told the others, we'll be right here rooting for you big time. And I'm happy that I know you by name. Be like, go Heidi. Yeah, Victor. Hey, Brendan. Yeah, we definitely will be rooting for you. So best wishes. And be sure to come back with the medals and show them off when you get back, okay?
Yes.
All right, time for a commercial break. Stay with us. Lots more to come here on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wildey. The traffic is definitely getting a little bumper to bumper here in the Wildey area, but we know how it is here in BIM when it comes to getting out to school and work and getting where you're going. You have to leave home on time. So I want to welcome back Cecilia Neblet Brathwaite, who is fulfilling some requirements for her MPhil pursuit of an MPhil Master of Philosophy at the University of the West Indies Kayfield campus. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Good to see you as always.
You too.
So your job really is to kind of educate the public about the findings of your research. And you've been looking into sexual practices that help to determine the risk levels of older people in our society. And by older people, I mean people over 50 years old and older. And, you kind of narrowed it into 3 parishes that you went about it. So for anybody looking on who's not heard about this before, let's give them an overview of how you went about determining your sample population and what you learned.
Okay, first of all, I want to say that it was guided by the Institutional Review Board at the University of the West Indies. We had to take 25 to 30 exams. I did it in 5 days. To make sure that we follow the guidelines so that we would not expose our clients to any trauma or any challenges as a result of the questioning, because I dealt with HIV and STIs and asked personal and intrusive questions. The research was based on the 50 and over population. The last time we spoke, you queried why 50 to 100, because you said that persons 50 are basically young. And I took that into heart, and last week at the seminar, our PhD and MPhil seminars, that was a question posed by the professors as well. So what I did as a result of that, to fill this gap, I categorized the 50 to 60 population, then the 60 to 70 and over, so that I can segment my programming and my interventions to specifically target persons in those areas. So I basically took your questioning to heart, and I filled that gap, that research gap. Some of the results that came about was we had stuff like culture. Culture played an important role, because culture played an important role with respect to things like menopause and the challenges arising in menopause, biologically, emotionally as well, because they recognize that women are very embarrassed about that aspect of their lives, and it can be challenging in a relationship. So sometimes men go outside to find other relationships because of the difficulties that they have in the relationships as a result of menopause with the females. I even had one example where a young man, he was 48, he was married to a 62-year-old lady, and he said that she was still having her periods. And he later found out that she hid that from him, that she was in menopause, but every month she pretended that she was having, because of the embarrassment to her, you know, of getting older and not deemed as attractive as she felt she would have been if she was not in menopause. So these were some of the challenges. We also had poverty, for example. Persons are not working anymore, and now they are relying on other people, and sometimes it can be a burden, resulting in challenges in the household. We recognized that the sustainable goals, the Millennium Sustainable Goals, put poverty as the number one criteria, number one issue, but they did not focus specifically on the elderly. We spoke to religion as well and how impactful and important it is in growing old. I went to the seminar, the presentation by Dr. Connell, and he spoke to religion and the NCDs. And we recognized that we can also use religion as an important framework in focusing on the elderly as well. And it's very important and influential in creating programs for the elderly, because with respect to religion, I recognize that some persons use religion as a guide for the way they live their lives. Some religions, for example, said you shouldn't have sex outside of marriage. Some religions said that you should always give your body to your husband. So in giving your body to your husband, if your husband is having an extramarital relationship, then there's some guidelines there that can cause you to be exposed to HIV or STIs. So these were some of the things that we found. We also had some things with initiating difficult conditions with your healthcare provider. For example, older persons were not that comfortable, you know, with initiating things like reproduction or menopause or andropause with their healthcare provider. So we wanted to see how best we can create programs and interventions to even assist our stakeholders, our social workers, our medical practitioners, and our counselors, and persons dealing specifically with persons in these three target populations, so that we can bridge the gaps and give them education basically and inform the way we go forward.
All right, that's a lot of research.
Yeah.
How did you find the response was like? Because I say this a lot, we are a conservative society in our minds.
Yes.
So there are a lot of people who they're not very open to still at this stage, and most certainly not in those age groups. I find they're not as open to discuss personal information, certainly reproductive and sexual information as well. So how easy or how difficult was it for you to find people who were willing to share?
Well, in my pilot study, I went about, I used the convenience and purposeful sample where persons referred, other persons that were 50 and older, or it was basically convenient for me to ask someone in church or someone in the community. So in doing that, I forged a little relationship at that time, you know, found some icebreakers, found some things that they like doing, so that I can, you know, make them feel a little bit more comfortable with the information. And I gave them the reasons for my research, whereby it can help other older persons. It can be used for interventions when it came to the Ministry of Health or sometimes the HIV/AIDS Commission, so that persons can basically understand, you know, that these are changing paradigms and things have changed, and we need to understand where the changes are and where the gaps are, so that we can better go forward, preparing and planning our intervention and our strategies to assist persons in that age group.
It will be interesting for me, and I don't know if this was a part study, because I know it's quite you know, extensive in terms of the areas that you've had to touch to fulfill it. But it will be interesting for me to hear how technology has impacted the sexual patterns of older people. I mean, in the advent of things like OnlyFans, there's still some people who don't know that there's, you know, a platform called OnlyFans, and there are a lot of Barbadians who are, you know, who have OnlyFans pages. So an OnlyFans page is a page where you can watch them doing all types of sexually explicit and other things. I know a lot of people are into things like sexting, which is, you know, typing sexually explicit messages and sending videos and that type of information. So it will be interesting to hear how that has impacted the patterns that we see with the aging demographic.
Well, the supplemental data that I received was mostly, to be honest, about queuing the community. They saw that as a place to meet persons I had a lot of intergenerational relationships that they had from that queue in the community.
I'm sure that my marketing team is not happy, but I'm listening.
And no, it wasn't really all negative. It was just that was the area that they had earmarked for persons 50 and over to meet other people. And I think that queue in the community is a place that the Ministry of Health, HIV/AIDS Commission, anybody working with the elderly can target CBC so that they can bring their programs out, because we have a captive audience. And we can fill some of the gaps by providing information that is necessary to educate persons, not only about HIV, but recognize NCDs as well, and anything relating to the elderly. And they said that they really supported the queue in the community programs throughout the parishes. And they recognized that it helped them fulfill the gaps with loneliness. And they met persons from different communities. They learned some more about Barbados. They enjoyed the presenters. They learned new things. Some persons said they don't accustomed to singing apart from church, but they tried new things. They even spoke about the bus driver. They loved transportation and going and having engaging conversations with the bus driver. So they said that it really filled the gap on Thursdays for them. So that was a plus.
Well, that's not only a gap on Thursdays, that's a gap in life.
In life, yes.
If you're able to make new friends at that age, certainly at an age where you're seeing more friends who might be dying or ill or not as active. So what's next for you in terms of this research? I know you mentioned some of the ways it can be used, but as the researcher, how would you like your findings to be used to better how the aging population in Barbados are living?
Well, as a behavior change specialist for the National HIV/AIDS Commission, I did the research to fill the gap. As I said, we focused on the 15 to 49 age group, and there was no research. Basically, there was a dearth in research in the 50 and over population. The research was exploratory, and I did it because it gave me a chance to ask questions as why, and how, and to see how people felt about certain things. But I think it can be used to help guide stakeholders into preparing programs, even developing certain research in this area, because I recognize that I definitely want to do some research in NCDs. When I went to my last conference, I got an invitation from a really major university in the USA to partner with a professor to do some research in loneliness, because they were interested in seeing what CBC did in the community programs, because I mentioned it in my Silicis conference. And the university overseas in Chicago said that they wanted to partner with me to see how best they can create something a little similar in that area. So I think that it has legs, and I'm willing to go as far as I can with the research. And for example, with religion, I think that religion is a good framework for which to, go into another area, because we very seldom realize the impact of religion with respect to elderly care. And sometimes you go to the doctor and you actually elderly lady, how are you doing today? And she says, in God's grace. And we probably would dismiss it. But we need to use that as a segue into asking questions and making them feel more comfortable. So I think that religion is a good way even to start in creating programs that will cater to the needs of the elderly population.
Oh, that's beautiful. And certainly as an aging population, I think with the last stats, they said the average Barbadian is 46.4 years old. That's major. We're hearing about it a lot as we look at the National Insurance and Social Security Scheme. But generally, how about things like STIs? How about things like loneliness, for example, ageism, culture and religion, menopause and andropause, and the like? That is the gap that Cecilia Neblett-Brathwaite is filling, and we most certainly look forward to hearing a lot more about where this research will take us to create programs and initiatives that are right for our aging population. Good work.
Thank you very much for having me. Have a good day.
You too. Always good to have you with us.
Thank you.
It's time for another break. When we come back, March is the month of the disabled, so we're concentrating a lot on sharing a lot of the messages, a lot of what's happening, and showing you that, the daily things that we can do to be able to make life far more inclusive for people who are living with disabilities. Antoinette Chandler, Giles Bent, Antonio Holder, Springer are coming up next as we look at rehabilitating and enabling society for amputees. That's next.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. We are live for Morning Barbados from the Wildey showroom of Standard Distribution, our partners. We just want to remind you that there's an opportunity for you to get in on all of this wonderful furniture that we continue to showcase every day that we're here through sending in a photo of a room you'd like to upgrade or update or change just a bit or a lot, whatever suits you, to info@standard.bb, and that gives you an opportunity to consult with their professionals and get some wonderful stuff going. Who knows, you might have a beautiful room for Easter, if that's what you want. Maybe you're working towards something grander. For Barbadians, we certainly look to change things in time for Christmas, so we have lots of time to go. As we continue our conversations today, I'd like to welcome Antoinette Chandler, Giles Ben, and Tonya Holder Spencer, who are all a part of Tonya Holder Springer. They're all a part of the Rehabilitating and Enabling Society for Amputees. So, good morning. Good to have you here with us.
Hi, good morning.
All right, now, Giles, you are president of this group. Talk to me a little bit about the objectives, the general objectives of the group and what you do.
When we started the group, we were concerned because most of us at that time had become amputees and had difficulty adjusting to the new state, because in most cases, most of us had got the amputation and didn't know how to operate, having the amputation. Because in my case, I got the injury and I got the amputation about 2 weeks after getting the injury, after getting treatments, and I had to adjust because I was very active before amputation, and I had to adjust and learn how to operate as an amputee. The thing about it is that I got the amputation and about 2 weeks after amputation, I spent 1 week in the hospital, and then I was discharged from the hospital. I had to go home, and then try to adjust and try to function as an amputee. And one of the first things that happened is that I had gone home from therapy and realized that the door was not closed, and I went to close the door because I was concerned that someone might come in and not being able to chase them or whatever. I went to close the door and lost my balance and fell.
Yeah, so it took a while.
It took a while
to kind of adjust
yes.
to what was happening. For you, Antoinette, you're secretary treasurer of the group. Talk to me about your contribution to the team overall.
I lost my first leg in January 2017, and it was a real eye-opener. But the kind of person that I am, it didn't hold me back. When I got to put my prosthesis, I was on the go again until I lost my next leg in September last year. I joined the group in February 2017. Really and truly, I said to myself, I don't want this. But I am spiritually bound, and my God telling me, this is where I want you to be. I said, but I didn't have to lose my leg. He said, oh yes, because you would not be here today if you had not lost your leg. So I took up that challenge.
What was the adjustment like? First of all, losing one limb and then losing another one. It's a period of adjustment and then readjustment.
Yes, it was a period of adjustment, but the second leg really had me for a spin, because then I realized I could not do a lot of things anymore. I had to be really dependent on my daughter, my grands, and it really was a challenge because the foot only fully healed last week. So you don't want to do anything that will cause you to fall, which I did have a fall.
that will cause you to fall and damage your foot again. So I had to be really dependent on my daughter and my household. But I'm stronger now, and I'm trying to do more things for myself. But it is a great challenge, and that is why the group was formed by Miss Phillips, the founding member, rest her soul, and we continue to strive, right? It's really what we want. We want to, because there's a lot of amputees.
And I would imagine that having people who understand your struggles intimately really would make a difference in terms of the way that you're able to cope, but be able to help you avoid certain pitfalls or give you good examples of what you can do to be able to function in a different but far more efficient way.
That was our aim, to go into the hospitals, but especially on year 2 and year 1, but since COVID and these restrictions, we were unable to help with that in that area, because a lot of people go into there and quick, so the leg is amputated and they don't know how to adjust. They just sit back and think back. I want to tell everybody there is life after amputation.
Absolutely. I mean, you're here sitting with us. What about you, Tonya Holder Springer? I was giving you a different name, but Miss Holder Springer, thanks for joining us. You're the acting public relations officer with the group. So talk to me about what led up to you being a part of this group.
Well, I'm the youngest member of the group, and at first I was invited by a lady, and I was telling myself, this might be a lot of old people at this group, so I don't want to go. So I told myself, all right, Tonya, just go and see how it is. You might like it. You can learn a lot of things. So done. I went to the first meeting. I enjoyed the speech that was given, and it was real active for me. So I told myself, you can go back. Kept going back, and as I said, being the youngest member, Antoinette and Mr. Ben here, them like how I see things from my perspective. And they said, all right, Tonya, you can deal with social media. You can put me out there. I had no problem with that, because I like to be on social media a lot. So I opened an Instagram page. I got to open a Facebook one and get me out there more active, because being in the group amongst a lot of older people than me teach me a lot, because I like to go, I like to enjoy myself, because since I get this going 3 years that I have my amputation, and at first I used to be like way down and depressed, and I tell myself, you gotta start going back out, you gotta enjoy yourself, you ain't dead, you could have died, but you ain't dead. So I joined the group. I like going to the group, like going to the activities, like participating in every single thing, and that is how it is. I just want to see a better future for us as amputees. A lot of things got to happen. Well, transportation, proper transportation services for we, like more wheelchair accessible place, because there's so much places we want to go, but when I call and ask, we don't have wheelchair access. Dampen my spirit.
So what was the cause of your amputation?
Well, I had an abscess, but apparently the doctor didn't drain it properly, so the root was still there, and carelessly mistake by a doctor, sorry to say, had me in hospital for 3 months. So this was 5 surgeries and 7 blood transfusions led to this amputation.
So, you know, what the message is generally is that it's not so far-fetched for someone to have an accident, to suffer a condition, that they become an amputee. And therefore, you know, you have to readjust to be able to deal with these changes in your life, major changes. I'm happy that you're at a place now where you're going out and still enjoying yourself.
Thank you very much. It was
as long
hard.
as you're up for the challenge,
yes,
people aren't paying attention to stuff like that anymore. I think like as they did before, and not in a negative way, as in dismissing it, but I think before, when it came to matters of having disabilities, people wanted to hide away. And that's not the case any longer. Now, April is the month of limb loss and limb awareness. And I know you have quite a few ways that you're going to be bringing some attention, Mr. President. So talk to me about what you'll be doing from April.
Let Antoinette deal with that.
On our first activity will be church service on the 7th of April at Carrington's Wesley Holiness Church from 10 a.m.
Okay.
And then we have other activities, but they're not finalized as yet.
Okay.
But one other one that we can be assured of is on the 20th of April, where WISA will have an open day. That is the day we meet. We usually meet every third Saturday from 1 to 5 at the Barbados Council of the Disabled. You know, this month is also the month of the disabled. So everything is incorporated together. And we're going to have like an open house where we will advertise and answer questions about our association. So that is the 20th of April, and then the church service on the 7th.
All right, good stuff. So those are the two things that have been confirmed so far. I heard that there are talks about maybe a town hall meeting coming up. But once you have all of that,
that is the same thing. That is the same thing. Town hall, April the 20th.
That's the town hall that will be happening.
That will be
all
happening.
right. So once the calendar is finalized, we want to invite you from now to come on back, most certainly in April,
yes,
so that we can share more.
Definitely.
And, you never know who you could be helping.
That's right.
How you could be lifting somebody's spirits. How you could be sharing with somebody else. I mean, look at what you've been able to do.
Because one of
I want to thank you though for coming in.
Yes, that's what our group is about.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. So in April, we're definitely going to have you back to talk a lot more about the group, rehabilitating and enabling Society for Amputees, also known as RISA. Thank you, Antoinette, Giles, Tonya.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
All right, and we certainly hope that you've had something to take away. Remember, if you want to share anything with us on Morning Barbados, you can send us an email to Morning Barbados, morning without the G, at cbc.bb, and we would love to hear your stories and share all that you're doing within our community and beyond. We're going to take a break. Coming up, I'm going to share my 4 favorite things of the week. I have to admit it. Being here with all of this goodness in the Standard showroom has spoiled me for the better. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our #1 priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you.
Every day at 7 p.m., we bring you a comprehensive news package because keeping you informed is our number one priority. Whether it's local, regional, or international stories, our commitment is to you and keeping you reliably informed. Join us every day at 7 p.m. for CBC Newsnight.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
Morning Barbados is on the move, and we're coming to you every weekday morning from right here at the Standard Showroom in Wildey. Now, together, we're giving you an opportunity to win. All you have to do is submit a photo of that room that you want to see changed in a fantastic way. And the interior design curator here at Standard and all of their experts are going to get together and select the room that needs the most work. It just might be yours. All you have to do is submit your photo to info@standard.bb, and you could be here with us saying, "Morning Barbados, look at my beautiful space."
Morning to you. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, as we prepare to wrap, it's time now for us to take a look at some of my favorite things, and it's going to be pretty short today. So I couldn't decide on a color because I've never really considered color fridges outside of white and maybe a chrome. We see black ones sometimes, but now look at this: pink, mint, and beige. So you have an option for different types of fridges. This is absolutely one of my favorite things. It's the color. I mean, it's a fridge. A fridge is a fridge, but I think the color could add, something a little different to your home decor if that's what you're looking for. I absolutely like that. You have good size inside and stuff like that. So very interesting. But for me, the color is definitely the thing that takes it over the top for me. And I must say that for me, the pink is my favorite. The mint is a beautiful color. There are often a lot of appliances, small appliances and so on, that you get in the color, even pots and pans. But to be able to get a fridge to add a pop of color to your kitchen, I think is an amazing thing as well. So the next favorite thing that I would absolutely love to share with you, follow me and let me show you exactly what it is. And this is this boom box here. Is very interesting. Now it is a wireless speaker, and I know you've seen lots and lots of wireless speakers. This one is quite different in many ways, so I like that. But there are some options. So if you just want a wireless speaker, for example, it's not too heavy. You can have your own little party at home or what have you. And then there's an option that if you want something a little more portable, smaller, maybe on the go, then of course you have this one that you can go with. But my absolute favorite, and this one is outdoor, right? This one is outdoor wireless, and I love it. Has the little carry thing there that you can go with it. But my favorite of all the speakers that are available here at Standard is this one. And it brings me back to, of course, what we do in broadcasting. As you can see, it has an antenna, so it's also a transistor. So at this time, when we're talking a lot about hurricane season and when everything else goes off and all fails, you absolutely have your transistor. So with the transistor, you're able then to still get in on all the action, what's happening in the news and the like. And if you want to use it as a portable boombox, maybe to play some music around the house, or if you're having a little get together, then it has that kind of power as well for you to be able to take care of it. So this particular one is also a flashlight and is solar powered. I mean, when we talk about being prepared around hurricane season, this is definitely one of the things that you should consider getting. So, you know, battery operated, you can charge it up. It's a flashlight, it's solar powered, it's a transistor. So you have lots and lots to do with this. And added to that, it is also a Bluetooth speaker that you can amplify. All right, so those are my favorite things for today. When you come on into Standard, make sure that you check them out. All right, make sure you check them out. Good stuff. So another thing that I love are these accessories. I know a lot of people usually like to spruce up the home. You might not have money to do an entirely new chair set and things like that. But for me, these vases are gorgeous. And they come in different sizes, with different patterns to suit your every need. And as you can see, there are lots of nooks all across Standard where they showcase all of the wonderful ways that you will be able to select various little things to spruce up your home however you see fit. All right, so just come on in and check them out. Don't take my word for it. We'd love for you to come down here and have a visit at Standard. The wonderful thing about it all is that we are here, they're here for you, and you also have an opportunity to win with Standard. So get those photos in to Standard, info@standard.bb for a chance to consult with their interior curator. She's with Emerald Living. Her name is Kimberly Payne, and Kimberly is going to be here with us tomorrow. We'll be talking a whole lot more about sprucing up the rooms around your home. Last week we had an opportunity to look at indoor-outdoor living. Today we're going to, tomorrow we're going to tackle the kitchen. So we're going to talk about how you can entertain in your kitchen, spruce up your kitchen, and make things look wonderful. Also, we told you this week about Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and the QEH GI unit and the Caribbean Colon Cancer Initiative. They're going to be in to talk about a health fair that's coming up later this week. Plus, we get to meet some of the athletes who will be competing with the BFIT triathlon that's coming up as a part of the World Triathlon Americas Cup, which will be staged here in Barbados. And we're also going to tell you about the Bridgetown International Arts Festival. They've joined up with the Caribbean Fine Arts Fair to produce some performing events. So that and much more is coming up. Tomorrow on Morning Barbados is also World Sleep Day. Did somebody say beds? There's no shortage here at Standard. So we also are going to be showing you some of the options that are available and talking about the technical things that you should be paying attention to when it comes to getting the right sleep. On behalf of the entire team, I want to thank you for staying with us for the 2 hours. Remember, reach out if you can and share whatever information you want to with us. Wear your smiles. Do something good for somebody.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning.